Hey guys, welcome back to Snark and Spark. I'm Emily. This is my channel, and I never know why my intros sound so weird, but they do. So, this episode, I gotta get myself to chill with where I sit. Sorry, I've tried to film this already today, and it's just been we're having a lot of issues with the dogs. I had mentioned Kennedy is our puppy, and she just turned 6 months, and she went and got spayed, and she's doing fine. She's doing really, really, really well. It's just she's got to stay in her onesie, and we need to keep them separated. And obviously, they're used to playing with each other all day, every day, basically, so they don't like being kept away from each other. And they can't go outside at the same time, and being outside is definitely a heavy part of their playtime. So they're really upset when we send her out first and Eisenhower has to stay inside, and then we bring her in and let him go out, and they don't like it. They just sit at the door and whine or bark at us. So it's been a really challenging time getting used to this, and it's just for a few days. It's 2 weeks max until she is healed. We just don't want them roughhousing, and they tend to play. They tend to do that outside. They run, they jump, they play, they roughhouse. So we can't let that happen. And part of that is also with Eisenhower being part husky and part boxer. He is very high energy, and he's a talker, but he is very, very, very high energy, and so we actually have to sedate him. We aren't sedating her. We have to sedate Eisenhower, and I feel awful. I don't like having to sedate him, but we have to, otherwise he is a terror because she won't play with him, and he just keeps nipping at her and trying to get her to play, and he's just getting not aggressive, but annoying. My chair is spinning. Anyways, they are now quietly resting, so I think it's time I can film this. Other point of business, I got my glasses back, but look, you see it? Yep, that's where they're cracked. They are being held together with super glue, Gorilla Glue, and I still need to get into my eye doctor. But they work, they're here. If they break again, screw it, whatever, I'll wear the contacts until I can get... I really thought I was going to yawn, sorry. Until I can get a replacement frame. Other point of business. It's 12:30. It's almost 12:45 actually. This is coffee. I will talk about this coffee in my my normal floss tube videos. I'm going to drink that because that is part of a Christmas gift / haul, and I want to show off things. Also, can you hear that? That is a gift. That is the sound of a gift next to me on wheels. Spoiler alert, it's a cart, but I'm not going to show it to you in this video. But I have it next to me because it's holding all of my stitchy stuff. I gotta calm down. I have not had my coffee this morning, so I'm having it now because it is Wednesday. Wednesday is usually my husband's day to take our son to school. Wednesday is my day off from work right now with everything going on, and I was a little cranky last night at bedtime because I was having trouble sleeping and was very, very tired. But Wednesday is, I take our son to school usually every Monday and Tuesday because that's when he's in-person learning. Wednesday it flip-flops. This was a Wednesday where he had to go to school, and so my husband got up, and on Wednesday it's his day. So he took him to school with the intention that I would get to stay in and sleep in since I don't have to get up and go to work. And normally they wake me up, they're boys, they're loud. Husband clumps around, doesn't realize he's being loud, leaves lights on, blah, blah, blah. But this morning, actually, they both did a really, really good job of being quiet. I didn't even hear them leave. He kept the lights off, or he would close the door so that the lights wouldn't keep me awake. He kept the dogs downstairs because they also like to jump into the bed and lick my face and wake me up, and he kept them out of our bedroom. So I actually got to sleep, and that was great. He didn't like wake me until he left for work, and that was just for him to be like, okay, I'll see you later, because he also gets off early today. Like, I'll see you this afternoon, and give me a kiss and goodbye. And I'm like, what the heck? So I actually got to sleep in, which is really, really nice. But then sleeping in really isn't even that late for me now, with being up for work and being up with school and dogs and kids and pets. So I got up and was like, let's do this. And I worked out and paid some bills and took care of the dogs again and fed them and took them out and did all that stuff and checked on her and gave them their medicines and all that stuff. And then I ate lunch, and then I was like, wait, I have a little bit of a headache brewing, and it's because I haven't had caffeine. I drink caffeine every single day. And if I don't, yep, I get the headaches. I go through withdrawal. It's stupid. But I was like, I still want coffee, even though it's going on 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I made myself coffee. It smells really, really good. That was my pocket. My pocket just beeped. I put it in the thermos this time because usually I put it in the... Oh, that was cute. I put it in a coffee cup, but then I don't remember to drink it when I'm talking, so then it gets cold, blah, 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 blah. But now it's going to stay warm. Anyways, I've been talking for 6 minutes. And let's get down to the meat of what I'm doing today. I want to talk about Semi-Sane. January Semi-Sane and what's going on in there. I've got it pulled up. We have quite a few events going on. Some are counting, some are non-counting. I want to break them down. I'm not participating in all of them, but that doesn't mean I can't give you guys ideas if you want to participate. Now, this is exciting. Normally, Semi-Sane is a closed group or semi-closed group. You have to answer questions. You have to know someone in the group who can vouch for you. For this month, Semi-Sane is kind of open. Here's the catch. 1, you have to participate. Please participate. But 2, some of you have commented before that you would love to join Semi-Sane, but you didn't really know anyone, or you didn't know if you knew anyone. This is your chance. So, Semi-Sane is changing up the questions a little bit. And for the month of January, we who have like floss tubes or are on Instagram, which I do have an Instagram, but I'm not on it that often. I should probably update that. It's the same name as this, Snark and Spark. I'll get to it. We have a code word we get to share with you, so then you can click join, you can answer the questions, and it will prompt you for the code word, and it will prompt you for who you got it from. So, January's code word. If you want to join Semi-Sane, and join me and continue listening to my insanity and join us in the weird world of cross-stitch, the code word for January is Wonderland. So, Semi-Sane Stitchers on Facebook. I will also drop a link in the description for this video for them. Code word is Wonderland. My channel name is Snark and Spark. You can tell them I am a FlossTube channel named Snark and Spark. My first name is Emily. I am also in the group. You should be good. Fingers crossed, I hope. But also, it just helps them know that there are people who are watching and who want to join, but maybe you don't have a lot of friends in the community yet. Maybe you're not online yet. But that way, it gives you're obviously in the FlossTube community, and you want to join. And this just gives them a way of knowing that there are people who are paying attention and want to join, and then kind of clues them into us as well. Like, we're shouting them out, like who's mentioning them, which is always nice. It's always nice to be shouted out. It's always nice to be mentioned. Before I get going on that, though, I want to say thank you. I'm being really fidgety because I'm excited. Thank you to everyone who has shown up and who has watched my videos and liked them and commented and subscribed to my channel. Just thank you. I'm trying not to get emotional. I had mentioned very early on that I lost my father in 2020, and it was devastating. It completely wrecked me. Absolutely, totally, 100% wrecked me. And I was lost. And I'm still lost. And I am still heartbroken and confused and devastated. And I am still trying every single day to find the good, to be grateful, and to push forward because that's what he would want of me. And I started this FlossTube channel just a few days after what would have been his birthday. Because I was so lost and in such a funk that I needed something to distract me. And so at first I started this as just a way to keep me busy, to give myself something to do during some of those downtime and longer hours between when my husband gets home and I'm alone at home and without my son, because those are the hardest. And so I started this channel with the intention of occupying myself, and by sharing about things that I love to do, my hobbies of reading and cross stitch and just other geeky, nerdy little things that I like to do that I can't really, there's not a lot of people in my physical everyday life that do the same things, but I know there's a community of people who do, and I wanted to connect and I wanted to reach out. And this was a way to keep me going because I gave myself deadlines, I gave myself expectations of quality and not so much length, but what I expected of myself for this channel and for these videos. And it held me accountable, and it forced me to kind of break out of that depression. And for that I am so grateful. I never thought that I would get more than 5 views. I really thought this was just going to be me talking into a camera at myself kind of thing, and that I would look back on it and chuckle about my weirdness. But then you guys showed up, and you've kept showing up, and you keep on showing up, and you are so supportive and encouraging and kind and inspiring, and I don't have words enough to say how much this means to me. I'm happy to just be in the community. So I am completely blown away by the amount of just support that I've received in the last couple days. And no matter how you found me, if you've subscribed from the beginning, if you found me from Virtual Stitchers on Facebook, or if you found me from, I posted a homework video for School of Magical Stitches, no matter how you found me, thank you. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Thank you guys. So let's move on before I get just one little tear, before I get too emotional. Thank you. Alright. So, Semi-Sane Stitchers. January. We've got quite a few events going on. I'm just going to go through, I've got them pulled up, I'm just going to go through them from top to bottom. First and foremost, we have the January Focus Challenge. I am participating in the January Focus Challenge. The point of this one is that we pick one project, you pick one whip that is your focus project. It can be year long, it can be for the month, but you pick one whip that you want to focus on, and then we post photos of the progress we've made every 1,000 stitches. Sounds great. We post a photo with the password, which I've done. Just blanks for a second. I was like, I did do that. I haven't hit 1,000, but I did with the start photo. You, we earn entries. There's going to be a monthly prize drawing. Then we'll have, so you can earn entries into their drawing, which is great. And it's, you post every 1,000. I don't think that's an entry. Maybe that is an entry. Yes, it is. I just said that. Post your progress every 1,000 to earn entries for the monthly prize drawing. You can also get bonus entries for using the same project multiple months in a row. For also, the admins will also be participating, and if you stitch more than they stitch, you'll get earned bonus points. That won't happen for me. We get one entry for every 1,000. If you finish, you get another bonus entries, and then we get to pick another one for the month, and so on and so forth. And then it just goes into explanation for how to count different stitches, if they're specialty, backstitch, French knot, beading, stuff like that. And then also like how the bonus multiplier is going to work if you use the same project over and over. I plan on using, you're going to see this. This is the only whip I've worked on so far besides Praise Him with Strings. This is the Letters from Hogwarts Sal from Cunning Cross Stitch. This is how far I've got. I am at, oh, come here, 736 stitches. I like to use these physical tally counters because the clicking is very satisfying. And then I don't have to keep track of it on my phone and forget. But yes, so this is where I am. Got the owl done, got this swirl here, and this is actually the beginning of like the bottom earth part for the castle. So there's that. But that is my focus piece. And because that is my focus piece, I've basically been using it. Oh, my camera has shifted. No wonder things are weird. I've been using it for everything I can put my name on. So that's Harry Potter. That's the focus one. That's pretty much all it is. This is a counting event. Next, we have the Semi-Sane Snowball fight, which I am a part of and I am super excited about. I love this. Basically, it's a snowball fight. There are no teams, every man for themselves. I have two projects that I'm using for this. I have one that I'm trying to gain that I'm using for snowballs, which is Letters from Hogwarts. And then I also have Praise Him with Strings, which I am using just for drying off purposes. What this means is, to build a snowball, you have to put 300 stitches into a project. And you have to include your stitch count. This is a counting. So, post a start photo, 300 stitches later, say how many stitches, 300 stitches later, and your next photo. Laura, the wonderful Laura, will come by, click like, then you go to the post. It's in all capital letters that says claim your snowballs here. And you just say, hi, I would like to claim snowball number 1, or if it's your third snowball, which in my case I'm trying to get my third one, it'd be snowball number 3. And then Laura will make it for you, and then she will have like a little photo album each day, and it will have your name and a snowball and what number it is. You take that photo, scroll down the list, pick somebody, pop it there, tell them you've hit them with a snowball, and then you go on about your day. If you've been hit by a snowball, like I have been hit by a snowball, I'm watching y'all. I've been hit with 2. I'm dry, but I'm watching. But hit me though, I'm having a lot of fun doing this. If you get hit, you stop what you're doing, which is why this one is at such a weird stitch count, why it's only at 736. You stop what you're doing, and then you start. That's why I have a different project. So then I grab Praise Him with Strings real quick, stitch 100 stitches on that. You have to post starting ending photos of that too. Say, I get my 200, I was going to say 300, then I said 200. Your 100 stitches on that. Proclaim that you are dry, and then you can go back to stitching this. It's a lot of fun. It lasts all month, I believe. I think so. But I'm I'm having a lot of fun with this one. This one is really entertaining to me. You can only you can get as many snowballs as you want, but you can only hit one person like one time in a day. So I can't. It's to keep people from like ganging up. So we can't. Like I know Lisa and Sammy are in this group, so you can't get all of your snowballs and then try and throw them all at those two because it's not fair. So I could hit Sammy and I could hit Lisa, but then that's it. I couldn't hit them again. So I right now haven't actually been able to make a snowball and throw it at someone who hasn't hit me first. I've been targeted by two people, and the two snowballs I've used, I've then like thrown back at them. So I haven't actually gotten to like initiate. I've just retaliated. But there's that. Then we have Nerdapalooza, and the photo image, like the icon for that, is a bunch of nerds, and I like that a lot. I think that's cute. So this one is just a super geeky. This is non-counting. It is month long. It's whatever nerdy, geeky projects you have that you want to work on. This event is for you. I obviously posted Harry Potter because it's Harry Potter and it's magic. So that can fit in from there. You just have to post a photo of progress that you've made. It has to be clear that you've made some sort of progress on it by the end of the duration of the month or whatever. I think it's the whole month. I know Facebook only lets you group things for 2 weeks at a time, but I think it actually is the entire month. I'm pretty sure all of these are for the month of, I almost said December, for January. I believe they are month long. But, so Harry Potter's getting a lot of love. I won't post again in this until the end of the month. Or I have to start another project. If I start another, like, geeky or nerdy project. Sorry, my hair is bothering me. That was obnoxious. If I start another geeky project, I will post again. You can have up to 5, but you have to at least show progress is made. Then we have Alpha My Bet. I am not currently participating in Alpha My Bet. This is what it sounds like. It's just like it was last year. Last year was like the letter we stitched on a designer or a pattern name. I didn't do it either. I came in at the end of the year. This is Alpha My Bet from now until Friday, January 15th is the letter A. You have to actually stitch on the letter A. So samplers, if you have any like typography or word things, pull those out. I won't be using this unless I actually happen to be working on a whip where like I'm on that letter. Like I know on like my Harry Potter, I will get to the houses and I will have a giant letter to stitch on. So, yeah, you have to work on the actual letter. I don't want to do, because like I don't do samplers, so that's why I'm not really working on it. If I can jump in and stitch on it when I get to a letter, sure, but I'm not going to go out of my way. But that's what that one is. Sorry. Goodness. Every 2 weeks the letter changes. Join in. Then we have Whip Days. This is really cute. This is also a non-counting event that lasts the entire month. But this one is basically they've picked a couple holidays or like obscure, like unknown celebratory days of the month, and we have to pick a whip that corresponds with that. You only have to pick one, and it is non-counting, so you just have to show progress. So they've got four 4 days. January 1st was Polar Bear Plunge Day, so you need to stitch on something that had bears if you choose that. January 5th is Bird Day, work on a project with birds. January 9th is Word Nerd Day, so work on something with words or books. And January 20th is Penguin Awareness Day, so work on something with penguins. Again, you only have to pick one. You don't have to do all of them. If you have whips that fit, sure, why not? But you only have to pick one. It is non-counting. I picked Bird Day because there's a giant owl on my Letters from Hogwarts right there. That's the first thing I stitched on it. So I've done that. I posted a start, and then at the same thing when I update it for like Nerdapalooza, and then I will update this at the end of the month as well. That's my goal. But it's non-counting, so I won't have to put a stitch count. And then finally, it is Choose My Whip, which I am not doing. I like the idea of this. I am just not participating in this one because I very specifically want to get as much done on Letters from Hogwarts. So this one is, and because I'm not participating, I can't vote. So this is month long. You pick a couple different whips that you want people to choose from, and you say like, pick one, and you list what it is, and you say pick two, and you list what it is, and then people go in, click on the specific picture they want to vote for, and click like. If they do that, that's their vote. You have to actually click on the photo. You have to like the photo you want to vote for. You can't just like the post. And then at the end of your week, whichever one of your whips had the most likes is the one you focus on for the next week. If it's a tie, you pull in an admin. But then and then you spend the week posting on it. If you are how much does it say? Does it say how many if you're counting? You have to have at least 500 stitches in a week. So you have 1 week to do 500 stitches on that whip. Then at the end of the next week, same thing. You'll get an entry if you do the 500. If you're not counting, you have to post a starting and ending pick, but there has to be a noticeable change. So I really like that they include both, because some people don't count and they don't want to count, and other people like to count. I like to count, but I'm also in a bunch of different groups, so it helps keep me on track. So it's nice. If you count, you have to have so many, but if you don't count, we have to at least be able to see that progress has been made. So I like that as well. Then you post it again, and this happens all month long. You vote and then work on your whips. This is why I'm not doing it though, because I really only want to work on one whip, and so obviously it wouldn't be fair. But that's it. That's all I've got for Semi-Sane. February will start off quite a few things, and when we get there, we get there. Oh, the background. I am doing the background event that is year long. You don't get, this isn't for entries. This is just for fun. It's just to see how much you get done in a year. It's a fun way to measure how much you stitch. I love these kinds of things. So this year it is called Take a Hike, and they have based it off of hiking trails around the world. So I believe they've taken how many miles and then times it by 1,000, and they've just listed all of these different trails. You've got everything from Mount Kilimanjaro at 19,340 to, where's the really small one that I've already turned in, to the Teton Crest Trail, which is only 450. because it's only 45 miles. They timed it by 100, and then so that's why we had to stitch 450 stitches. Um, I think it's just a really cute idea. It's just a really nice way of measuring your stitches in miles. So each stitch it's like you've stitched a trail. So I'm doing that. I've only completed one trail so far. um, I am working, and someone, was it Corinne again? I need to meet her. She's got to tell me how to say her name so I don't have to keep apologizing every week. She posted the um, trails. I know someone else posted them in order from least stitches to highest stitches, and that's been really helpful. And so, yeah, been doing that. Um, Obviously, because I've got so much going on, and I will share this in my next floss tube where I also do my haul, I had to. I had to get another planner. So this is the Disney Princess. I did the Have a Brave Heart. It's just a mini. But I had to do this one because, where is she? Merida. Merida is my favorite Disney princess. I adore her. I love her. I love that she defies convention. She refuses to be married just because she's a princess. Basically says, screw y'all, I'ma do what I'ma do. And I love that. I love independence and blah, 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 blah. So it's undated, which I also really like. I am just going in order. So month one is, I'm gonna put sticker. It says January. And it's Rapunzel. So there is this. I've dated it myself. I'm going to go in and put the start and end dates for everything. So that way I know of what's month long, what's a weekly, of the things I'm participating in. And so then specifically, I'm going to also write, this was the polar bear plunge day, and this is the bird day. But just so that way I can look at it and be like, what am I missing? And I have everything right there. But also for all of my other challenge groups, also this is also going to be where I keep track of School of Magical Stitches and things like that. So this is just where I am. I'm just using it, since I like to write in column form, as lists. And so this was, it says 1 Zeus. That's for School of Magical Stitches. And I have where my starting stitch goal is, what my actual goal is, and then what I got that night. I also have a note for what trail I need. I need 480 for the next trail, which would mean a total of 930 stitches if I continue using Letters from Hogwarts. So it's basically just a way for me to write down all these little notes and things that I need to keep track of at a given time. And it's small, and that way I can just sit it on my stitchy cart right here, and it's next to me, and I can see. And so then, yesterday, I have who threw a snowball at me, how many stitches so I did my 100. Tara, you hit me. So I did that. I dried off, but then I made a note that I put another 100, and so I should use these hundreds for the cabins. Then I have back to Letters from Hogwarts. I'm still trying to get to this number for homework, and then I need this number for a snowball, and I need this number for the trail, which is great. That's how my brain works. So I'm just list format every day as I work. I will probably put a note in there as well of my upload schedule, because I like seeing that as well. That way I kind of know what happened, where I went. Considering I'm not consistent, I upload it when it's done editing. But that's that. That's where I'm going to leave this one at. Semi-Sane is busy. I'm really looking forward to it. So this is part 2 and the end of the January week 2 homework. So I shouldn't necessarily have a Semi-Sane homework video next week, since I just covered everything for January. But I will be back to my regular floss tube, where I want to show progress. I want to talk about the books I'm reading, technically listening to because of the audiobook challenge, and I did get haul. I've got some stitchy haul that I want to show off, and I will do that next time. So, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for watching, and Until I talk to you guys again, just continue being awesome, continue being your amazing selves, and be easy with your hearts.